Welcome to The Sweat, everybody. I'm Jesse Cofield. We got a lot to get to on today's show, so let's jump right in with our baseball panel. DraftKings contributors Nick Friar and Stan Sun with RotoWire's Erik Halterman. Guys, this is MLB Cover the Bases. You're dishing out your favorite plays in each of these categories on tonight's 12-game MLB slate. All right, first, favorite DFS hitter. Mookie Betts is the highest priced guy on this slate. Nick, you paying $6,100 for him or going down in price here?
Well, if you want to pay for him, I have a value bet that you can pair him with. And this guy's versatile. He plays third base. You can put him in the outfield, though, too, for your DFS purposes. Hunter Dozier going up against the Detroit Tigers. He's at 3.8K. He's facing Matt Boyd. Now, most people are going to look at his numbers and think on the season and think, oh, why am I going to go with this guy? I love this matchup here. He has mashed Boyd throughout his career. Went in 27 plate appearances. He has a 1.274 OPS against him, 5 extra base hits, 3 doubles, 2 home runs. So I love the matchup here, and this is a way to save money. And then if you want to go pay up for Mookie Betts or somebody else, let's say you want to go with Justin Turner at third base tonight too, you can go and stick Hunter Dozier in the outfield, and then you're fine. So this is a versatile player for you and at a cheap price. All
right, Stan, who's your favorite DFS hitter?
Before I get into it, excuse me. I just want to point out that I think Nick is from the future because last week he recommended DJ LeMahieu and he just popped 2 home runs. So, everyone should follow and tail Nick here. My guy is going to be Trent Grisham, 4.3K at Colorado. I mean, he's playing in Colorado. Well, what Coors Field was more to say, but 5 home runs, 6 stolen bases on the season. So there's multiple paths to fantasy goodies. Strikeout rate's a little bit high, 26.1%, but he does walk 10.8%. ISO 222. He's going against Antonio Senzatella, who is an, equal opportunity advocate as he gives it equally to both righties and lefties. Swinging straight is a paltry 6.9%. He's only struck out 18 batters in 29.2 innings, and the FIP is 5.19.
All right, Erik, where are you going on this one? Who is your favorite DFS hitter? And do you also think that Nick is from the future?
He's gotten some things right. That's good. I think he can stay on for at least another week. We'll see how his picks work today. For me, I'm going to, play it safe here, I guess you could say, with Juan Soto. He's not bad. In fact, most projection systems had him as either the best or second best hitter in the league heading into the season, along with Mike Trout. And he's priced at only the 21st most expensive hitter on this slate at $5,300. I guess there are some reasons for that. He's not had elite numbers this year while battling a shoulder injury, missing time recently, coming back. Only has 2 hits since he's come back, but it's a smallish sample. I'm not too worried. I'm not going to change my baseline expectations for a guy who was compared to Ted Williams justifiably over the winter. He's got the platoon advantage against Chase Anderson, who is very unintimidating. So assuming that he does indeed play the outfield tonight, that seemed to be what the reporting was saying. He started out as just a designated hitter when he re-entered the lineup in New York, but as long as they're happy keeping him out there in the outfield, it's an easy matchup, and he's, again, practically Ted Williams, and you're paying for him as if he's a mere mortal. So I'm going to jump on that every day.
All right, second, Stan, your favorite DFS pitcher, okay? John Means, or would you want to pay down for a guy like Walker Buehler, who's got a more favorable matchup with the Mariners?
I'm actually going all the way down. I'm kind of going for 3 pitchers that I've identified, and interestingly, they're all left-handed pitchers. The one I'm going with though is Kwang Hyun Kim. He's 7,200 at Milwaukee. He got off to a rough start in the MLB, allowed 3 earned runs in 3 innings, but then since then he's pitched 5.2, 4 innings. He's allowed only 1 earned run in each start. The swinging strike rate is a respectable 12.5, and the FIP is 2.65. There's some risk with Milwaukee. They're 8th in ISO against left-handed pitching, but they're 5th in strikeouts. So, the potential reward is really high. He hasn't thrown more than 85 pitches in a game, so there's some risk from that aspect as well. But 2 games ago, Kim put up 27.8 DK fantasy points. Walker Buehler, he's 2,600 more expensive. He has a high at 27.4. So I think the risk reward is pretty favorable in this matchup.
All right, Erik, where are you going here? Your favorite DFS pitcher?
I'm going to go with Pablo Lopez at 8,200. He's allowed, I believe it's just 1 total earned run in his last 4 starts, which last I checked is pretty good. He should be in line for another solid outing here. The Diamondbacks, who he's facing right in the middle of the pack in WRC plus, they sit 14th. Chase Field now is a neutral park as well after they brought in that humidor a couple years ago. And Lopez has been excellent. I mean, he's been going from decent to good over the recent seasons, and I think he's taking another step forward this year. He's got a 2.04 ERA, maybe doesn't quite own all of that, but the ERA estimators have him in the low threes. Is better than league average in strikeout rate, ground ball rate, and walk rate. So he's a complete pitcher with a great run of recent form in a completely fine matchup here.
All right, Nick, where are you going with your favorite DFS pitcher?
I am all about savings today, Jesse, and I'm going to go with Jordan Montgomery at 7.9K against the Rays. Now, I'm still getting flashbacks from when Heaney went up against the Rays lineup and he just dismantled them. But I also know that Montgomery's gone up against the Rays twice and given up 4 runs in both outings. But last time out against the Rays, he only gave up 2 hits. Now, they were both home runs, but the point is still he upped his Ks, and the Rays have the second highest K rate against left-handed pitching this season, and they're bottom of the barrel in all the important categories, WOBA, OPS, and ISO against left-handed pitching. So as much, third time's a charm, so I'm going to go with that with Montgomery tonight, 7.9K.
Moving on to third. Erik, your favorite run line or money line? Moving over to the sports book now.
Yeah, let's go with Pirates minus 118 against the Reds. It is a much worse offense. Pirates don't have a lot of talent there. I think they're bottom third by WRC plus. The Reds are pretty good. But the gap in the pitchers here is quite big. I think JT Brubaker for the Pirates, I think he's for real. He was slightly better or right at league average in all 3 of strikeout rate, ground ball rate, and walk rate last season. And he's taken steps forward, pretty significant ones in all 3 categories this year. Strikeout rate jumping from 23.4 to 26.8%. You slice that walk rate from 8.3% to 5.8. And the ground ball rate is up over 10 ticks to 57, which is solidly well above average. Leading to a 2.78 ERA that looks mostly earned. Whereas Jeff Hoffman on the other side, his career numbers are inflated by cores, but a 6.19 ERA isn't good anywhere. No amount of adjustments is going to turn that into even a passable pitcher. He has been better this year, but better for him is still, below average in all the peripherals and a 4.39 ERA. So I think pretty big gap between those 2 starters, which should be enough to give the Pirates the win.
All right, Nick, where are you going on this one?
I'm going to go with the Red Sox run line, minus 1.5 against the A's tonight. And last time I went with the Red Sox run line, they were going up against the Tigers, and it was a mess, but they still ended up covering. And Nathan Eovaldi was on the mound that time, and he was going against a Tigers team that was not good against right-handed pitching. And what happened? He gave up 6 dang runs. Now, today, I don't trust that he's going to throw in back-to-back clunkers like that against bad teams against right-handed pitching, because the A's are bottom of the barrel in OPS and WOBA against right-handed pitching. They're middle of the pack in ISO. But still, I feel like Eovaldi, I trust him enough to not go back-to-back rough outings. And then I know Bassett's been, extremely consistent this season, but the Red Sox are coming off a rough offensive outing last game, and they're coming back home too. So I like them coming off a quiet game, hitting back at Fenway Park.
All right, Stan, where are you going? Favorite run line or money line?
I think I might have woken up on the wrong side of the bed today because I'm in like a no risk it, no biscuit kind of mood today. It's, I don't know. Things could go really, horribly wrong for me. But I like the money line Seattle against the Dodgers. Last night it was plus 210. So it's come down to 195. So that's kind of, I guess encouraging from my perspective. More than likely, the probabilities are that the Dodgers are going to win, but they've been scuffling lately, and they struggle against left-handed pitching. There's 10th in strikeouts, only 25th in ISO. Go down the list. Eric Lauer shut them out for a win in 5 innings. Jose Quintana allowed 1 run in 4 innings. He struck out 6. Marco Gonzalez, of all people, went 7 innings, struck out 6, allowed 1 run. Even Justice Sheffield allowed 3 runs, struck out 6 in 5.2 innings. And, as a Dodgers fan, this is kind of making me a little bit angry here, but the numbers are the numbers. There's Jesus Luzardo and Snell also notched wins against them. So, I really like Yusei Kikuchi in this one. 12.9 swinging strike rate. He's coming off 2 7-inning, 7 strikeout performances, and one of them is against opponent Houston lineups. So I think, the odds that you're getting on this, I think they're pretty favorable.